Quickly whiz through the colours. I've got ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red. Got me large hake. So then see the colours, Cotman watercolours, which I squeeze onto the palette and then allow to dry. So they're like large pans basically. That one is wet. I've just squeezed that out because I did run out of blue. So, but normally I just use them dry. It doesn't take much to get them going once they're wet, especially when you've got a large brush like this hake. So I'm just using clean water just to wet all the paper over evenly, just using broad strokes, left to right, up and down. Just make sure that gets a good soaking. So that I can then go in with raw sienna. Raw sienna first, just gives it a nice background just so that it's not plain white paper. Just warms it up a little bit. Then clean brush into the ultramarine, and then I'm just going to straight across. There's going to be a lock here, so I want a reflection of the blue in the water, so I may as well do that while I'm putting the while the sky's in, while I've already got the blue on the brush. A bit more, I think. And then I might put a few little clouds, alizarin crimson, Payne's grey. Just mix the two together. More grey than crimson because the reds are very, very strong colours. And then just a few little dabs. Obviously remembering, the closer it gets to the horizon, the narrower the clouds become. And then just do a quick reflection in the water. That'll do for that. That's all it needs really. I didn't need to clean the brush then, I keep forgetting. But back into the sky colours again, raw sienna, bit of all of the sky colours, and then right in the distance we've got some little mountains you can just about see. Before I go any further, I'm just going to pull this tight. Paper's stretched, but it's stretched evenly, so we've got a nice flat surface to work with. I'm just a little concerned that bit's drying before that bit. I'm just going to make sure that's just going to dry that before it comes any further down the page. That'll do. Now, coming a little bit further forward, we've got some more mountains over here, so these are a bit closer, so they're a bit more defined rather than this distant one. You can only just about see that. And then another one that sort of comes up and then over, something like so. And below that one there's a, I'm just going into raw sienna. I haven't cleaned the brush or anything. Raw sienna as the land comes down towards the water of the loch over on this right hand side. And then same again on the left. This time I'm adding a bit of lemon yellow just to make it just a tad more green, and then it comes down in front of that, and then in front. Just want to make sure that's got a chisel edge, so I can do some fine little lines, just where that little bit of land just comes down, and it gives the impression of the water just winding its way off into the distance. A little bit dark. I'm just adding a touch of burnt umber. And just dibs and dabs, and then just leaving. You can see how I've just left just tiny little gaps. It just gives the impression of where the water goes in and out of the land. That's it for that side. And moving back over to the right, just a bit of land that sort of, that'll do for that. And before I go any further, I just want to make sure that's bone dry. So I just want to put some reflections in, but the paper's got to be dry before you put the reflections in, because I want to wet it first, and if the paper's still wet, the paint will go all over the place. I'm fairly happy that's dry. So I'm just taking a clean brush, plenty of water, and just re-wetting this bottom third below the horizon. And you can see, because the paint was dry, it hasn't disturbed it. Now I'm just going to pick out the main colours over on this side, into a bit of everything that I've already used. And then just pull straight down. And we've got some nice mountain reflections. Just like that up at the bottom. Maybe a tad stronger. That'll do. I'll just give that a quick dry again. Then over on this side here we've got some trees heading off, so I'm going to a sort of dark green mix, ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, and then starting about here. Nice and dark. And just making them a little bit smaller as they go off into the distance. Clean the brush. And then below that I'm going to raw sienna, such a light red. A bit more raw sienna, ultramarine, burnt umber I mean. And the land just a quick sweep with the land. Well, there's like your beach, follows it around like that. And there's a bit more green, there's a bit of grass then after that sandy part. So I'm going to go clean brush, lemon yellow, lemon yellow, touch of burnt umber, and then it comes round like that. Now this part's a road, so to get a road colour I'm going to go clean brush, fairly dry, and then I'm going to go burnt umber and ultramarine, and then it sort of sweeps round. And maybe there's a few little posts. Just scrape them out with a fingernail, and then obviously as they get further and further away they get smaller and smaller and closer together. Just helps define the road from the land area. Now I'm just going to put a little boat over here. So I'm just going to take 2 pieces of plastic card. I'm just going to damp the 3/4 inch flat. Pick a nice dark area so you get the best contrast with the white sails. This is all fairly even. And then just use the damp brush to take off the paint. Make sure there's not too much water on your brush, otherwise you'll lose control of what's happening. And just dab it with a tissue, and you get a nice little white sail. Just a quick way of doing a nice little boat on the horizon. Just adds a bit of life to it, really. I think we're just about finished. Switch to the rigger. Dark mix, burnt umber, ultramarine, plenty of water, and then just pop your signature in the corner. And that's another painting finished. Hope you like that. Keep practicing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.